Hey y'all, Captain JJB84. Alright, so the full cast list for Captain America Civil War has been announced. Most of them are returning, but there's quite a few surprises, I must say. I don't know if I call it a cast list, because since most of these characters have already been cast in previous films, but I thought let's just go over it anyway. First, returning characters. We have Falcon returning, by Anthony Mackie. Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier, one of my favorites. Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, obviously. Emily Van Camp as Agent 13, or Sharon Carter. I'm happy she's back. Who else there? Frank Grillo as Rock Rumlow, Crossbones. He's coming back as well. And yeah, those are the returning characters. And then we got some new characters. Hawkeye is going to be in Civil War, which I figured he should have. He apparently was going to be in Winter Soldier, but I don't know. It's either the scene was never filmed or it was just cut from the script. I'm not sure. War Machine is also in it, Don Cheadle. That's interesting. Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, she's also back in the movie, which is very interesting. Vision is in the film. That makes me excited, Paul Bettany. Who else? Martin Freeman's been cast in some unknown role. And probably the most surprising, or one of the most surprising for me at least, Ant-Man is in the film. Paul Rudd's Ant-Man. Which is interesting. I'm kind of curious as to, because Ant-Man coming out, this July. Apparently, it's set within a different, it's set within the MCU, but within a different time frame. Like it might be set within the 90s or something. I'm not sure, but that's surprising that he's in there. I mean, he has no previous interaction with the Avengers. Though to be fair, Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, hasn't had any previous interaction either. But the Avengers have been to Wakanda. They've met Ulysses Claw. Well, I haven't really met him, but they've been there, so obviously Black Panther's maybe he's kind of pissed. I don't know. Odds are, I think the rumor is that he's going to have Spider-Man's role. And yeah, Spider-Man's not in the film, which is, yeah, I can see why he's not in the film. I mean, look, Marvel just got him, and this film was in development way before Spider-Man ever, like that deal between Sony and Marvel had been done. And I think it's good that he's not in there, because, like, the first thing I thought is, okay, they're just going to rush him in there and stick him in as much as possible, but I'm glad they're taking their time. Though, a cameo wouldn't hurt. Black Panther's in there. Daniel Bruhl, who's a really good actor, he's playing Baron Helmut Zemo. I think he's, like, the main villain. And the most surprising one for me, William Hurt as General Ross. General Ross is Hulk's main villain, and he hasn't been in a film since 2008's Incredible Hulk, which, well, not bad, just kind of really. I do like it more than, Eric Bana's Hulk from 2003, Ang Lee's Hulk, just called Hulk. That's kind of surprising, really. I mean, this guy has, met Tony Stark. Oh yeah, and of course Captain America and Iron Man leading the factions. Though it's not quite, obviously, these are factions, but as to who's with who, we don't know. So, yeah. But yeah, General Ross is kind of surprising, as he hasn't had a film since, well, 2008, or been in a film. But that's like I mentioned in my Age of Ultron review, apparently Age of Ultron was supposed to have Abomination, General Ross, and apparently Betty Ross as well. There was a lot of stuff. I'm kind of sitting there. What was left on the cutting room floor, and what was left on the cutting room floor of the script department? Because apparently Joss Whedon also wanted Spider-Man and Captain Marvel in there. He went so far as to actually film like special effect plates for Captain Marvel to show up, but she hadn't been cast, and Feige just wasn't really interested in putting her in there. And like that's why Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch got in there, apparently. But yeah, so what do you think of the cast so far? This is literally a Civil War. The only ones missing, really, are Thor and Hulk, which, makes sense. Yeah, this is a very packed film, I must say. It doesn't feel overstuffed, because if something like Civil War, yeah, you gotta have lots of characters. But, Daredevil's not in it either, which I think it's good. I mean, come on, that series just started. Or, well, it just went... What do we call that now? The fact that it's a Netflix-only series. It just was released, I guess. Yeah, it was just released, so... And they're not going to stick Daredevil into everything now. Let him have his own show, and then stick him in something later. But yeah, this is exciting. We still don't know what Black Panther's costume looks like, but odds are it probably looks something to what that concept art they showed a while back. I just want to know what Chadwick Boseman's going to look like in the suit, and if it'll have eye holes or it'll just be like a full suit. I don't know too much about Black Panther. What are his powers? So anyways, what do you think of the Captain America Civil War? And this will be interesting, whether they should just call this Civil War at this point, but Robert Downey Jr. has said in interviews that this is very much a Captain America film, so see how it goes. Yeah, I'm just looking at this. They just released this entire, cast photo, really. You can see them all left or right. Martin Freeman and Daniel Bruhl. Not sure who Martin Freeman is, but hey, Martin Freeman. I don't care. He's awesome. But yeah, what do you think of the cast list? All right, and who do you think's on which side? I might do a second video like that later. But yeah, that's all I have to say, so see you later.